I have a little music going in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, if it's too loud or if it muffles my voice or if it's bothersome, just let me know. A lot of times people can't hear my music, so. Okay, so we're gonna start on, if you're in a chair, that's fine. And you can even do this laying down if you need to. And, but we're gonna start, I always like to start this with a seated, grounded breath. I like to put my, my right hand, it's gonna look like my left hand to you guys, but my right hand over my heart, my chest, and my left hand over the solar plexus, the belly, that area. And this is kind of nice because as you inhale, it expands. As you exhale, it deflates. So it kind of, you can focus on your breath and ground yourself and be here in the present instead of all over the place. Like I said, I've told most of you guys, I think they call it monkey brain. I'm always thinking of something. Sometimes I drive and I wonder, how did I get here? So it's nice to, when we're going to do this, to kind of ground ourselves. So, and what we're going to do is you inhale and then you exhale. And you can count, like I like to inhale to 4 and exhale to 6 through my mouth. So I'm breathing, inhaling through my nose, exhaling through my mouth. Or you can do 6 inhale and exhale 8. And let's just do a couple more breaths. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath or your counting. Inhale, exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then the next one we're going to do is called it's an alternating nostril breathing. And we use our thumb and our, I guess it's our ring finger, like our ring finger and our thumb. And this also just kind of centers us, brings us, calms us, and so we can kind of move on. So I'm going to take my my thumb, put it over my left nostril. I'm going to inhale through my right. I'm going to cover it, that nostril, with the other finger, and I'm going to exhale through my left. Now I'm going to inhale through my left, cover it, hold it so you can't breathe out, and exhale through your right. Now I'm going to inhale through my right, hold it, and exhale through your left. Inhale through your left, hold your nostril or close it. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Press your finger against it and exhale through your left. And inhale again through your left. Hold and exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Hold and exhale through your left. Let's do it one more time, each nostril. Inhale, hold, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Hold and exhale through your left. And let go. And if you need to blow your nose, do. It kind of clears out your sinuses a tiny bit. Okay, and now we are going to do a neck and shoulder release. So the way we do this is I'm just sitting And if you're sitting on the ground, on your mat, or if you're in a chair, just try to make sure your alignment is good. You know, your waist is over your hips. If you're on the floor, even in your chair, make sure your sits bones or your glutes are grounded into the chair. Waist is over your hips, shoulders are over your waist, and your head is not forward, it's not back, it's in alignment with you. And then sit in any kind of comfortable position. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale and we're going to drop our head, our ear over our right ear to our right shoulder. And as you're doing this, think of lifting your left ear to the ceiling. And we're going to roll our head center, come up, and now we're going to inhale again. And drop our left ear to our left shoulder. Again, think of having your ear, your right ear, touch the ceiling. You can feel a stretch down your neck. Inhale, exhale, center, head up, and we're going to do that again. Right ear to right shoulder. Try to not lift your shoulder up, try to keep it down. Again, we're thinking of lifting our left ear. When I think of lifting the left ear, I feel a more intense stretch in my neck. Now just remember, you want to keep any stretching or intensity at a level 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So we're going to inhale and exhale, center. We come up and we're going to inhale and drop our left ear over. And again, think of lifting your ear up. Inhale, exhale, center. And let's just do one more time each side. So inhale, drop, ear up. Inhale, exhale, center, up, drop, left ear, left shoulder, right ear to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, and come up. Now we're gonna inhale. When we inhale, we're gonna pull our shoulders up to our ears and our fists into our chest. And then we're gonna exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, good. And now we're gonna do, a lot of times we do this like a cat and cow, and we do it in a position like this where I'll go up and down, but we're going to do this seated, and Paul calls it a Sufi grind. If you're in a chair, your hands are going to be on your knees. If you're sitting on the ground, you're going to be like this. And the way this works is we're going to inhale and stick our chest out, and then we're going to go to the left. We're concave, and we're going to go to the right and center. And let's do that again. So we go out, chest goes out, goes to the left, concave, go to the right, and come back to center. One more time this way. And I'm using my hands a little bit to press my chest forward. So you're not collapsing, you're pressing your chest forward. And then you make it go to the left. Now we concave, like we scoop out. So we're gonna scoop. And to the right. So we're stretching this side body. And center. And now we're gonna go to the opposite. We're gonna go in the opposite direction. So forward, to the right, back, to the left. And I have a tendency to lift my shoulders, so try to keep your shoulders down. And center. out, to the right, back, to the left, and center. And one more time. Forward, right, back, left, and center. And if you want, roll your shoulders back 3 times and roll them forward. Okay, now we're gonna do just a side stretch. So the way this goes, and if you're in a chair, you're just gonna lean over, okay? And you can just hang your arm or keep it on the chair side. If you're on the floor, what we're gonna do is, again, you wanna have good alignment. I'm gonna put my left hand on the ground, and I'm gonna lift my right hand overhead, and I'm just gonna bend over to the side. You should feel a nice side stretch. And we're gonna come up and the other side. And you can see I'm just kind of going out a little bit. Just do what your body can do this morning. And we're gonna go the other way. Feel a little bit down in your hips. Come back. And this way. And if you want to look up, you can. I'm just keeping my head straight to the screen. Get a little stretch in your neck if you look up. And this is our last one. All right. So, and if you need to, you can roll down and pull your knees into your chest if you need to just roll out your lower back a little bit. If you're in a chair, you can just roll side to side. Go in a circle like that. Okay. Now we're going to, I like to work on our feet. So we're going to stand up and you either grab, well, grab both of them anyway, but the stick, the rolling pin, or if you don't have either of those, you can use a ball. And if you're using the ball, we do 3 things here. We start with our arch, we roll to our heel, roll to our the ball of the foot, and then we do the entire foot. And you can do all of this on this ball, okay? So just want you to know that. So I start with just putting my foot over the arch of my foot, over the stick or the rolling pin or whatever kind of stick, broomstick, whatever you have, or the ball, and you just lean in, and we inhale for 4 and exhale to 4, and then you take the weight off. Then I try to find another spot on the ball of my foot, and again, I kind of lean. When I say lean in, I'm putting weight on it. Inhale to 4, exhale to 4, and release the weight, and one more time. So I do it 3 times. I like to do different spots. And you can do the same spot though if you want. And then I'm just gonna roll my foot over this stick, rolling pin, whatever. Right and left, left and right. And if you're on the ball, you just kind of twist your foot over it, okay? So either way. And I kind of, if I'm on the stick, I kind of roll up and down the arch. And then I'm gonna start rolling. So I roll from the arch of the foot to the heel. And you can go, I twist my foot a little bit to get the inside and outside edges. And the same thing, I'm going to go from the arch to the ball of the foot, and I like rolling over my toes. And then I do the entire foot. And again, you can do the outside and inside edges. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. And just remember, there are a lot of muscles and things going on in your feet. So just remember that, okay? So now we're gonna do the other side, same thing. We're gonna Put our arch across it, lean in. Inhale to 4, exhale to 4, and release. Find another spot. Put some weight on it. Inhale, exhale, and release. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to go right and left, left and right. And then we're going to roll from our arch to our heel. And then we're going to roll from our arch to the ball of the foot. Then we're going to do the entire foot. Okay. We're going to take our stick and put it to the side. And then I'm just going to have my feet about hip distance apart. And I have them like they look like an 11. And I'm just going to raise my toes. I kind of like to get my fingers involved. So I'm raising my toes off the ground, trying to spread them. Doing the same thing with my fingers. And release. And same thing. Roll them. Kind of bring your toes up to your face. And release. And one more time. Okay, then I'm going to take a ball, and I have it on the ball of my foot, and I'm just going to crunch my toes around it. And release. Squeeze the ball with your toes. And release. And one more time. And release. And now we're going to do the other foot, same thing. Just squeeze your toes around the ball. Release, squeeze them, release, and one more time. Okay, I put the ball over to the side, and now we're just gonna do some heel raises, which stretches out our toes. So we're just gonna go left and right. And you might hear some cracking and popping. I did for mine. And then we're going to stretch out the front part of the foot and a little bit into the shin. So what I do is I roll my foot under like this. Don't want it to go out to either side. You want it as straight as possible. And then you're going to just put a little pressure on it. So you're kind of leaning forward, putting some weight on it. And you should feel that stretch up the front of your foot here and a little bit up your shin. So just stretch and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And then I am going to rock my heel side to side while my toes are turned under. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So I'm going to turn my toes under, and again, just put a little weight on it and feel that stretch. Inhale and exhale. Then let's rock the heel back and forth. Okay, now we're going to actually, your feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to come up on that toe, my left toe, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my ankle, my knee, and my hip. And I'm going to rotate it 5 times in one direction and 5 times in the other. And let's do the other one, same thing. And the opposite way. Okay, so this iRestore, and this is the iRestore part of it, and I combine it with the GriefYoga. This is like mobilizing the joints, so I just wanted to let you know that. And then the same thing here, we're just going to work our knees a little bit. We're going to bend and stretch. If you're in a chair, you can do this too. You can bend. Let's see, bend, and you're going to have to move a little bit if you're in the chair. Bend, and so you kind of just bringing a little bit mobility into your knees. So bending, and then we're going to rotate them in one direction rotate them in the other. Okay, and now with our hips, we're going to do a little rotation with our hips too. If you're in a chair, you can just twist back and forth and go forward and back. If you're standing, you just roll your hips in one direction and you're going to roll them in the other. Okay, great. Now we're gonna work our shoulders a little bit. You guys are all okay with that. And so what we're gonna do is we are going to do this this exercise that I call the YWTL. And and the way we do this is we just raise our hands over our head and we're going to press back. Keep your shoulders down, but we're pressing back. And when I say press back, I'm meaning bring your shoulder blades together a little bit, okay? So let's do that. And so I go up, press back, my palms are going forward, press back, hold it, and release. Again, press back, and release, and one more time. And release. Now we're going to go with the goalpost arms or cactus arms, and we're going to do the same thing. So my elbows are up. I have my fingers spread, hands, palms facing the forward, and then again, press back, bring your shoulder blades together, hold, and release. Again, press back, release, and one more time. And release. This counters that rolling forward we all have a tendency to do. So now I'm in a T position. Again, I'm going to press back and release. Press back and hold. Release, and one more time. And release. Now, elbows are going to go into your waist. I have my palms facing forward, and I like to spread my fingers just to kind of work my hands a little bit. And this is a really slight movement, but it's the same thing. We're pressing back, bring your shoulder blades together, but you can see my arms aren't moving as much as they did in the other three. And release. Again, we're going to press back, shoulder blades together, hold, and release, and one more time. And hold, and release. And then the one that I like to add is our hands are about 45 degrees from our hips. I still have my palms facing forward, and I'm going to press back, bring your shoulder blades together, and release. And again, shoulder blades together, hold, release, and one more time. And release. If you can take your hands behind your back and stretch down. If you can, I have my feet spread a little bit wider than hip distance. And if you can fold forward, if you're in a chair, you can just pick them up over your head. Just do what you can. You can bend your knees a little bit. Come back up. Interlace your fingers again and just press out forward. And then lift them over your head. And we're just going to lean over to the left. And you don't want to push your hip out. We're just leaning your upper torso over and up, and the other side. Okay. We're going to, I have the backs of my hands facing the front. We're going to lift the left arm, and we're going to press both of them back. Bring the shoulder blades together. We're going to hold and release. Other side. And release. Let's do that 2 more times. Back. And release again. And one more time. Okay, now I have my fingers flexed, if you can see, my hands flexed. And this one is similar to that other one, but instead of pressing back, we are going to press up and down. So I'm going to raise my left hand, it's flexed, palm to the ceiling and other palm to the floor. And opposite way, and we're holding and stretching. Let's do that 2 more times each side. Stretch. You want to look up, you can. You don't have to though. And stretch. And 1 more time each side. Stretch. And stretch. If you feel like it, roll your shoulders back and roll it forward. And then we're just going to do something a little, a couple things that Paul talks about. One is called clearing the path. And in our life path, we encounter many stumbling blocks along the way. So obstacles like doubt and shame and unhealthy habits, limited beliefs and negative situations or circumstances can get into our way and keep us from moving forward. So perhaps we believe that we failed or did something wrong. So it can be liberating to remove the judgments that drain our energy and empower. This empowering technique suggests holding imaginary divine swords that aren't meant to hurt or harm. They just help us chop and clear the obstacles in our way, so we can proceed. I say carry on. So the way this works is, think about holding a sword or like something in your hand that can help clear a path in front of you, whatever it be. Maybe it's a broom, maybe it's whatever. So the way this works is I have my knees bent a little bit. I have my hands like fist hands, and I bring up my left, and I clear. And so you're inhaling and exhaling. And we do the other one, inhale and exhale. And we can actually walk while we're doing this. So inhale and take a step forward. And inhale and take a step forward. And if you're in a chair, don't worry about moving. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Do that again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And let's do it one more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, and one more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And then we're going to, this one is called the windmill. And sometimes our feelings can be so overwhelming, it's hard to breathe. So we may not have the words to articulate our feelings, but you can release them with movement, breath, and sound. And this cleansing exercise allows you to discharge those unnamed feelings, to express and release them using your breath, body, and the vibration of your voice. So this one, it's good to use audible. Remember, you're all on mute, so I can't hear anything. You can just hear me. So the way this works is you have your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. You're going to inhale up, and you're going to exhale. When you exhale, you're going to make an audible sound. So you go, and up again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time. Inhale, exhale. And come up. And we're going to do one more before we sit down again. Just going to have our arms loose, and we're just going to just tap ourselves as we swing our arms. In Qigong, they do this to kind of stimulate the kidneys and the organs and release any toxins. So let's do a couple more times each side. Okay, let's kind of come down on the floor again. You can sit in our on your mat or in your in your chair. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a ball and a block, and I'm going to take the ball and put it in my calf right here. If you're in a chair, you can use the ball. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing, and you can just do the same thing, but just press it in. Or if you have a stick or a rolling pin, you can do the same thing, what I'm doing here, sitting on the floor with the ball. So I'm just gonna sit here on the floor. I have that ball and that calf muscle right there, and I'm just gonna take a couple breaths, breathe. I like to, if you want a little bit more pressure, you can cross your other leg and put it on top. It just makes it a little bit more intense. You don't have to do that. Inhale and exhale. And then I'm going to point and flex. And I'm going to rotate my foot in one direction, 5 times in the other. Now if you're laying down, you can certainly do this laying down, same thing. If you're in a chair, you can do the same thing, just holding it. Okay. And then we're just going to roll the ball right and left over the block and over my calf. And if you want to go in a circle, you can. And you can go the other way. Okay. And now we're going to do the other calf. Same thing. Put the ball right in the middle of the fleshy part of the calf. You can cross your other leg over if you want. You don't have to though. Gives it a little bit extra. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale one more time. And we're going to point and flex. And again, you can keep the leg over if you want, but you don't have to. And then we're going to rotate our foot to the left and then to the right. And then we're going to roll over the calf. And if you want to go in a circle, you can. Okay, let's put this off to the side. Let's take our ball and we're going to sit on it. If you're in a chair, you can do this too. So we're going to sit on the ball and just kind of work out our glutes a little bit. So just sitting on it. If you want to rock a little bit, you can. And then we're going to just roll around that sits bone in one direction and in the other direction. Then we're going to take the ball out to the side. And we're going to find, a lot of times the way I find that in that hip area, or that IT area, I just kind of roll the ball forward and back. And a lot of times you can find the spot that needs a little bit of attention. But be gentle with yourself though. So I found my spot, like it's right here. And so I have the ball right there. And I'm gonna just drop my knee, my left knee up and down. Again, up and down, and one more time. Now I'm gonna drop my knee. And if you're in that position and you wanna go to different spots in that area, you can just kind of roll up and down. So now I'm gonna drop my knee and I'm gonna extend my leg a little bit more intense. You don't have to do that. You can just keep on dropping your knee. And you don't even have to do that. If you can just go like this, just move it, like bounce it. Or you can just leave it there, just like that. So I'm gonna do this 2 more times, but do what's right for you. That's what this class is all about. Be gentle with yourself, do the best you can. So now I'm going to take the ball again, and this time we're going to start with the glutes. I'm just going to sit on it. When I'm sitting on it, I try to get it on the inside of where that bone is in your glutes, the sits bones we call them. So I just sit on it here. You can rock if you want. And then I'll put my hands behind me, and I'm going to go rotate around that sits bone and around the other way. And then I'm going to take it out to the side, and I think I found that spot right here. So I have it right here. And again, I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to drop my knee up and down. And one more time. And you can keep on doing that, or just stay right here. Or you can drop it and extend your leg. Come back. One more time. And one more time. Okay, now if you want, you can either take the stick or a rolling pin and just roll up and down that area. You can take your ball and put it on your hip there and just roll up and down. And we're going to do the other side too. Just roll up and down. Okay. Let's take our hands and just rotate our wrists. And the opposite way. Okay, good. Let's just take the ball. I'm going to put it right in the shoulder. And if you can, if you're on a chair, just push into the back of the chair. If you can't lay down, but you can get against the wall, you can just put the ball right here and then against the wall. So you can always do it like this too, where you're against the wall and you can't see me. I'm going to do it on the mat. So you're going to go like this and roll down. And we have that ball. Just be gentle with yourself right in that shoulder blade there. On my left shoulder blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift my arm up and see if you can make it go back. Just do what you can. If you just lift it up, that's great. Just lift it up. If you can go over your head, great. And let's do one more time. Up and over. And then we're just going to move over a little bit. Then we're going to do like a half snow angel. So we're going to go from our hip to T position. Flip my arm, my palm up, down, and come back. Again, flip, up, down, and back, and one more time. Okay, maybe we could roll over to the side, and now we're going to do the other side, same thing. So, got it in our shoulder blade right there, up to the ceiling, and you can just do this and come down. If you want to try to go overhead, you can, like cruising. Bad position there. Let me come down a little bit. Okay, so up and back. And back. This might be intense for you too, so just take it really, please be really gentle with yourself. This is fine, just going up here. And then we're going to go from our hip, palm down, T position, flip your palm up, flip it down, and come back. Again, T position, flip, and back, and one more time. Flip, and back. You can roll off of it and take it out. From there, put it over to the side. And then we're going to do let's do a few stretches here. I think we're going to try, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if you guys are near walls, but if we're not, it's okay. We can still work this. So let's start first by, and this is just for our hips. We're going to put our feet together. So we're like in a butterfly position. We have our feet together, and you can try to pull your heels in as much as you can. If you can't pull them in, if they're way out here, It's perfectly fine. And we're just gonna bounce our knees up and down. Now we're going to lean forward. My elbows are on my knees, keeping them down. And you're not curving. You're kind of trying to keep your chest, you make your chest come forward and trying to keep a flat back here. I'm not going to come all the way down. Well, I'm not going to come all the way down. Some of you might have the flexibility to come all the way down. So keep your back flat, and you should feel this stretch right in your hips here and all around there. So I'm going to do that. Inhale and exhale. When you exhale, see if you can lower a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. Okay. And come up. Bring your feet out to the edges of the mat, and we're just going to windshield wiper. This is what they call windshield wiper. So it's just dropping your knees left and right. And again. And one more time each side. Okay. Now we're going to come down on our back. Have your strap nearby. And let's just come down on our back. And if you're sitting in a chair, just sit with a straight back. You're going to cross. In a chair, you can do this too. If you're laying down on your back, we're going to cross our left foot over our right knee. My knee, you can see, it's not this way. It's kind of where I try to keep it out. And we can just push on the knee a little bit. Okay, now we're going to flex both of our feet, and we're going to pull that knee, the right knee, into your chest. You should feel a stretch all in here. And bring your foot down, and now we're going to cross our knees over each other. And this time we're going to pull, again, feet are flexed, and we're going to pull our knees into our chest. Again, you should feel a different stretch, but in that hip, the left hip. And we're going to release and uncross. So now we're crossing our right knee over our right foot over our left knee. And again, my knee is out. I'm just going to pulse it a couple times. And then flex my feet, pull my left knee into my chest. And remember, every time you breathe, inhale, and when you exhale, see if you can stretch a little further, but do not take the intensity above a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'm going to release both my knees over each other and pull both of my knees in. You're going to hold on to your shins, your knees. And take some breaths here. Great. And come down and cross your legs. Bring your knees into your chest. You can bring your forehead to your knees. Go back, and we're just going to rock side to side. And then we're going to go in a circle. In one direction 3 times. Roll out that lower back. And now we're going to go around in the other direction. Okay. Keep your knees up. Put your hands in a T position, palms down. And we're going to drop our knees over to the right. You're going to keep your shoulder. You want to keep your shoulder on the mat. You can look over your left arm. Come back up to center, and now drop them the other way. And keep your shoulder, both shoulders down, and look over the right arm this time. And come back up. Put your knees down, grab your strap, and or a scarf or a tie. And I'm gonna put the strap around the ball of my left foot, trying to keep your knee as straight as possible. And I'm gonna lengthen my right leg, and I'm pulling my toes into my face, and the heel, think about the heel going up to the ceiling. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings here. So you're pulling in. Then I'm going to grab the strap with my right hand. I have my left hand arm is extended out into a T position. And I'm going to cross this leg across my body. Just do what you can. If it's down here, wherever it is, just cross it over your body. And my shoulders, both shoulders, the idea is to keep both shoulders on the mat. You can look up at the ceiling, or you can look over your left arm. Should feel a nice stretch in here. And come up to center. Now I'm going to grab it with my left hand, and this time I'm taking it out to the left. The big thing here is you want to keep this right hip on the ground, so you don't want to roll over. You want to keep it like this. Should feel a nice stretch now in the inner part of your thigh. And breathe. Go back to center. Take it off that foot. Let's put it on the other foot. And the same thing. We're gonna straighten the left leg. Right leg is in the strap. I'm holding it off the strap with both hands. Heel is trying to go to the ceiling. And the toes, you're trying to pull your toes towards you. Be gentle. This is tough. I have tight hamstrings. This is all I do. So just do, and remember, keep the intensity at a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Now I'm going to grab the strap with my left arm. Right arm's going in a T position. I'm going to cross that leg over my body, keeping my shoulders on the mat. I can look over my right shoulder, or just have your head go into the ceiling. You should feel a nice stretch in your thigh, your hip, even up into your glute a little bit, and the back of your knee a little bit, and your hamstring. And breathe. Come back to center. Grab it with your right hand, the strap, and this time we're going to go over to the right. Again, now you're feeling a stretch in the inside part of your leg. Keep your left hip down. You don't want it to come off, and your glute down. Inhale and exhale. And come up to center. And release the strap. Bring your arms in a T position again. And we're going to roll onto our right side. And we're going to be on our right side here. And I have my hands together. My knees are bent. And then I'm going to open up to the left. And look at your arm if you can. Come back. Open up. And come back. And one more time. Now I'm going to roll over onto my left side. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm on my left side, my knees are bent, my arms are, my hands are together out in a T position. And again, I'm going to roll to the right and back. So my hands are together. Roll and back. And one more time. Roll and back. Okay, and now lift yourself up. Oh, well, before you lift yourself up, let's do a nice body stretch. So stretch your arms overhead. Try to touch the wall behind you. Stretch your feet out in front of you. If you're in a chair, just stretch your arms overhead and your feet straight out in front of you. And let's come up to a seated position. If you have a rolling pin, have that near you, and maybe your strap, if you have that. And then we're going to, what are we going to do? We're gonna stretch out our shoulders here a little bit, and we're gonna stretch out our shoulders, and the way we do that is, so I'm sitting, nice alignment, and I'm gonna take my left arm, go across my body, try to touch the wall to the right. I'm gonna brace it with my right arm, but I'm gonna look over my left shoulder. You should feel a stretch down in your shoulder here. And breathe. Release the other side. And look over the other side. And release. Take your hand, my left hand, pat yourself on the back for being here this afternoon, and pull your elbow back. And release, pat yourself the other side, and pull back. And release. Put your fingers on your shoulders, arms, elbows are up, and we're going to bring, you can massage your shoulders, bring your elbows together and out. Together and out, and one more time. Together and out. This time when you bring them together, we're going to rotate back. And we're going to rotate forward. Okay. Now we're going to take our head and we're just going to, so we have it in alignment, and this time we're going to go out and back. So you have double chin. Chin goes out and back. And one more time, out and back. We're going to now take our chin over our left shoulder. Center and right. Center, left. Always inhale, center, exhale. Okay, now we're going to take our chin. Inhale, drop your nose to your armpit. Put your hand behind your head and just a little stretch. Come up, other side, down, and a little stretch. And up, put your hands behind your neck and look up. So you're holding. Intertwine and come down. And come up. Let's just do our wrists a little bit. We're going to pull our wrists back. And this goes into your forearms. So pressing. Bring my fingers pointing down and again, back. Press, pull back. Forward, pull back. Other hand, press back. And forward. If you have a stick or the rolling pin, hold it, and I have my arms like this in a L, or a right angle, and we're just gonna move our wrists up and down. You can do this without a stick. And you can do it up. So now I have my palms facing up. Then I like to propeller, twirl, and propeller, and twirl. And then just roll. And do a fist, and then let your fingers come out. And go the other way. And grab together and roll. Okay, now we're just going to do a little bit of trying to, again, center ourselves, relax. And some of you have been with me, have done this. It's called the bumblebee hum. And basically you're sitting in a comfortable position and you're putting your hands, and you can warm them up if you want. You just go like this, put them over your eyes, put your thumbs in your ears, and you're going to inhale And you put your thumbs in your ears and you hum. And you should feel that vibration, and that kind of helps soothe you. And all you can hear is yourself, and it's like a humming in your head, and it's very, very soothing. So let's do that a couple times. So hands over your eyes and your cheeks, thumbs in your ears. Inhale. And when you exhale, press your thumbs into your ears and hum. Let's do it again. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And we're a little bit over. And the last thing I was going to do with you guys is have you just lay down in what the yogis call shavasana. And basically you want to be, and if you're in a chair, that's fine. You just stay in a chair and just relax the best you can. But if you're laying down, you have your arms, your palms are facing down, your legs are spread a little bit, and you can see feet, and your feet are just kind of falling to the sides. And just get yourself in a nice position here, and just try to just breathe and relax. Close your eyes and observe your breath. Inhale and exhale. Continue to relax your entire physical body, and sense your body coming into a stillness and your muscles releasing into your bones. And just keep on relaxing. By lying on your back and letting go, you surrender to a place of deep stillness and being. As you surrender your body, you can bring your mind to your loved one who has died or what you have given up. Feel the connection between the two of you, and that continues even now. In grief, it's easy to believe that your love left with that person and you are now empty. In truth, that love is still in you. The person lives in your heart. What you had lives in your heart. Wish for peace for yourself as you wish for your loved one to rest in peace. Believe one day that you will see each other again, and surrender completely to your higher self, your higher self. You recognize these restorative surrender techniques soften your mind and body, and you recognize that you're not the same person after this heartbreak and trauma. Amidst the loss, you can awaken to new possibilities. You can stand back, up, and move through the places of your life that are broken or overwhelming, and tap into a deeper resilience, maybe even learn to laugh again. You have a choice in how you move off your mat and into the world. The step of evolution explores a way to move forward in life, to just transform loss into empowerment. And take a couple breaths. And one more breath. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your shoulders if you need to. Move your head left to right. Bounce your legs up and down, or your feet, tap them up and down. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room and into today, Saturday.